6 things Taurus women, unknowingly, do that turn guys off. The bull's most undesirable traits. The Taurus woman may be stubborn as a bull, but she has all the qualities a guy looks for in a girlfriend. She's loyal and patient, and when she finds someone she really loves, she doesn't mind taking the extra time and effort to make things work. Not only does Taurus make such an awesome significant other, she also makes a great friend. She tries her hardest to be as genuine and dedicated to her friendships as she possibly can be, so that people know how much she cares. Sometimes, she might feel like her efforts are getting her nowhere, but it is important that she knows she is loved greatly by everyone in her life. That said, her stubborn personality and high expectations in relationships can sometimes scare people away. She doesn't try to come off too strong, but it can sometimes happen that way without her knowing what she's doing. She usually has a good head on her shoulders, but often, her eagerness to get to know someone new, someone who could end up meaning a lot to her, can get her into trouble. For the most part, Taurus women try to hide their crazy until they get to know someone, but it is possible for them to slip up and accidentally do something that is a total turn-off to men. If you are a Taurus woman, then you might be guilty of these little flaws. However, instead of worrying about whether or not you're turning guys off because of your personality, use these things as guidelines to help you figure out how to be more aware of what you're doing. That way, you can snag that cute new guy with total confidence. 1. She's overly protective. When a Taurus woman starts a new relationship, she tends to get attached pretty fast. She usually follows the saying, "When you know," and prefers to listen to her heart over her head. Because of that, she will put in a lot of effort to make sure the relationship works out. She doesn't always know that she's doing it, but Taurus women tend to become a little overprotective of their partners. It's not so much that she gets jealous of her man and tries to keep him close, she just likes the idea of being the one to take care of him. Her possessiveness can be a little suffocating, though, which can turn guys off fast. 2. She hates losing an argument. It doesn't matter if the situation is flirty or serious, Taurus women can sometimes take arguments a little too far. Even if the two of you are flirting about who likes who more, she often lets her stubborn attitude take over and turn something fun into something annoying. She has a tendency to draw out arguments until they become exhausting, but she really just likes to prove her point. Whether she is trying to stand up for herself, or just let you know that whatever the two of you are talking about is important to her, her inability to drop things until she's satisfied is really just Taurus being Taurus. This can get a little bothersome at times, especially when the mood is supposed to be playful, but she really does it because she cares. 3. She secretly fears commitment. The myth that all women want is a committed relationship is completely untrue when it comes to Taurus women. While it is true that she loves the idea of being serious with someone, she often looks for guys who will be with her for a long time. The idea of long-term commitment can scare her away. It sounds pretty hypocritical, but to her, commitment comes with change. The relationship becomes more serious, you start talking about moving in together, you want her to meet the family. All of this can come too much too fast with a Taurus woman. Giving her time to adjust to change is really the only way she is able to stop herself from freaking out. The quicker you try to push these changes onto her, the faster she will run from the relationship, no matter how serious the two of you are. 4. She can be insecure at times. Whether she thinks she isn't good enough for you, or that you secretly hate her personality, a Taurus woman can let her insecurities take over and put strain on the relationship. She doesn't act this way because she is trying to get you to sympathize with her. Instead, she really does get into mindsets where she doesn't feel like she's worthy of your love. This might be easier to handle if you have been together for a while, but in new relationships, it can be a huge turnoff. She is usually very charismatic and approachable when you first meet her, but depending on how she feels about you and the budding relationship in general, she might convince herself that something is wrong with her as a person. When she gets like this, it can be hard to talk to her and get her to listen. 5. She's a little materialistic. Taurus women understand the value of having nice things, and she isn't afraid to splurge every now and then when she wants something. There isn't anything wrong with that per se, but her materialistic mindset can sometimes set her expectations too high when she's in a relationship. She doesn't necessarily expect her guy to shower her in gifts, and she'd never admit that she wants him to, but she can sometimes expect certain perks to come with a relationship. These could be things like nice dinners, Valentine's Day presents, and anything in between, but her disappointment, when she doesn't get these things, can be a turn-off to her man. 6. She doesn't do casual very well. Even though commitment can sometimes scare a Taurus woman, she much rather prefers to be in a serious relationship than a casual one. When she tries to have one-night stands, or casually date a few people at a time, she ends up catching feelings for one particular person. She loves to love, and she finds that romance is so much better than pretending. She doesn't have feelings for someone just because they don't want the same things she does. Her need to be with someone in a serious relationship that's full of love and romance can sometimes be a turn-off, especially if she starts talking about long-term before the other person is ready.